Hey everyone, Eric here from Drive Protected. So in this video, what we are going to be doing is I'm going to be taking you through CORE Cutting Software, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to edit all of the PPF patterns for the F-150 Satin Black PPF wrap that we're doing. CORE is just one of the cutting softwares that we use, and I think they've got the best patterns for the Ford F-150. So yeah, let's get going. So right over here, we're at the search menu where we're going to search up the vehicle. So we're going to go 2022 Ford, go F-150 Super Crew, trim, and my truck is the XLT model. I'm going to hit open vehicle. So what's going to pop up here is all of our available patterns that we have, and computer is a little bit laggy right now, so I do apologize for this. These are all the parts that they have available, and then over here on the top where it says boards and kits, it has all of the available pre-nested boards and kits. So for example, like the doors, if you want, you can just click on these and then just send them to the plotter and that type of thing. So the pre-nested kits, they are set up in a way to minimize the amount of waste and maximize the amount of material that you are going to be using. But I would go with this if I was doing a clear wrap, but since I'm doing the Satin Black PPF, I'm going to get a little bit creative on how I want to do my own layout with all of our kits and stuff. So let's get going. We're going to start front of the truck, and we're going to work ourselves all the way to the back. First things first, the hood. We got a hood pattern over here, and this is a hybrid template where you can see like the back is all pre-cut out and whatnot, and it's got like vent cutouts for the hood scoops, and then the front is just, you can see it's just a bulk sheet. Hybrid templates work good, but I'm not going to do that. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut an 80-inch long sheet of bulk material, 60 inches wide, and that's what I'm going to be using for the hood. So we're going to come over here, let's do the front fenders. So we're going to hit this little box with the arrow, and normally I would hit wrapped patterns, but because we want to go for maximum coverage, we're going to go with the unwrapped pattern, and we're just going to add our own wrap all the way around. So I hit that, and it put both patterns on our cut board. So right now we're going to go to the cut board, and here's the standard layout that CORE has. Very first thing I'm going to do is select them both. I'm going to hit the hammer up here, the shatter button, and that's going to separate everything. So I can delete this, I can delete these right here. I'm going to move this fender off to the side, and I don't know why it selected both there. I apologize if this is laggy for you. So what we're going to do is I want to add a 1/4 inch wrapped edge all the way around. So up over here where it says wrap, you get the little box with the bow on it. We're going to hit that, and here we can pick how much of a wrapped edge we want to give. So we're going to go 1/4 inch, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right over here at this top corner, click that button. I'm going to go right till here, and I'm going to hit wrap, and then I'm going to start right back over here at that corner. I'm still going to keep that corner notched out. I'm just going to stretch it a little bit over the corner so that we can wrap the film all the way around, but we are going to use that corner for a reference point for starting our installation. So we're going to do a 1/4 inch there as well too, and we're going to do a 1/4 inch all the way around the front, because we do want to wrap in behind the headlight the best we can. on the bottom, we're gonna give an 1/8 of an inch wrap over here because we don't really need a whole lot of wrap over there, just a little bit. Now from here onwards, we're gonna add, we'll go 1/2 inch right there. That's good. From here around, we're gonna do the standard 1/4 inch wrap that we were doing. I'm not gonna do anything on the very bottom because it wraps so far underneath the truck that I'm not gonna worry myself too terribly much about it. But we are gonna wrap inside the fender, between the fender and the door. So we're gonna go top to bottom, full 1/4 inch there as well too. So that's good. Now we're gonna rotate this. Sorry if the screen is all messed up for you guys, I apologize. So we're gonna drag that down over there. Now we're gonna take this fender and we're going to rotate it. There we go. That's good. And now we're going to do the exact same thing, the exact same wrapped edges. That top corner all the way up to there. 1/4. That's good. And we'll go from here till there. Wrapped edge. 1/4 inch. There we go. Here till there, we're gonna go 1/8 of an inch wrap. And then from here till there, we're gonna do our full 1/4 inch wrap. Sorry, 1/2 inch wrap. You gotta remember that. And then from here until there, we're gonna do standard 1/4 inch wrap. And then from the top all the way down to the bottom over here, 1/4 inch wrap. And that is what we want. Now we're gonna take the and select right over here. We're gonna select the pattern and we're going to rotate it to the best that we can. Come on now, why is our computer being like this? And there we go. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this little eyeball up here. And I'm going to hit hide, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click on these fender vents. Well, I don't know if they're really vents, but these inserts, I'm going to delete those because I'm going to remove them from the panel so we can do a proper installation on it. Okay, so that's the cut board for the fenders. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go on and do the bumpers. So to do the bumpers, we're going to come back here to vehicles. Okay, so now that we have the fenders done, let's continue on with the bumpers, with the front bumpers, and we'll do the rear bumper as well too. So we're going to open up a new cut board. We're going to scroll down. We have our upper bumper. So we got two options. We have a wrapped and we have an unwrapped. And we're just going to go with the wrapped option because that's going to provide good coverage. So we'll add that. And then we are going to open up the lower bumper. We're going to go 4 sensors wrapped because that's what we have. We're going to add that. And then we're going to come down all the way to the bottom. And we're going to open up the rear bumper. And I do not have the dual exhaust. I mean, I have dual exhaust, but it's aftermarket, so that's not going to affect our patterns in any way, shape, or form here. So we're going to add those. Now we're going to go to the cut board. And so we got some notes over here from CORE. CORE's notes. You can also put your shop notes in here as well too. But we're gonna get rid of this because we don't need it. So I'm gonna move these out of the way so I can properly work on editing my patterns. So the upper bumper, which is this piece right here, we're gonna start editing first. So I'm gonna come over here where it says edit node. So that's gonna show all the little nodes that are on the bumper that we can edit. And so we're gonna come right here and we're gonna zoom in. And I don't like this relief cut over here. From personal experience, I know that I can do without these relief cuts. So I'm just gonna circle those, delete them. And we're just gonna delete this one. We're gonna delete this one, and that's gonna be good. Now we're gonna zoom out. There's some pretty extreme coverage on this upper bumper piece. So what I am gonna do is I'm only going to, I need to move over a little bit here. I'm gonna take and highlight these right there. Actually, nope. We'll just do those ones. And then, delete that. There we go, that's gonna be good. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back up here to wrap. I'm gonna come right up over here and we're gonna go right to about there. We're gonna give that a 1/4 inch. And I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Because this standard pattern that CORE has, it already allows the PPF to kind of go under the headlight right over here, so that's why I'm not going to add anything. And then all of these relief cuts into the wheel well, we're going to be completely fine. And then this is basically a wrapped edge over here, and I know that this wraps around underneath the upper bumper completely fine, so I don't really have to do much editing on there because this is already such good coverage on this bumper. So we're going to drag that down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come up over here and we're going to lower down our upper bumper. Okay, now mouse. I do apologize. So let's select the lower bumper, and first thing I'm going to do is actually, you know what, let's start by deleting our sensors. So you can delete the sensors just by clicking this button over here, all sensors on. That's going to hide those. Same with the rear bumper, and that's fine. Now we can go over here to edit node. So on this upper bumper, we actually have this piece that goes up like this. I'm gonna delete all of that. I'm not a fan of that. It works good for the clear wrap, but when we're going for color change, we wanna delete that. And I will show you what I'm gonna do because we are gonna have to add more material there. I'm just changing the way the material is gonna look. Now we're gonna come over here. And actually, no, we don't even need to hit wrap edge, because what I want to do is I want to add a bunch of material to this corner, and I'm just going to lift this up like so. That's good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight everything over here because I'm going to have a lot of stretch I need to do, I'm going to pull the film out like that. And then I'm just going to take and highlight everything till about there. Pull the film down. So we are having an awful lot of trimming that we're going to have to do. That I get, oops, don't want to do that. That unfortunately is just the nature of doing such a crazy wrap. So all I'm doing on the middle over here is I'm just taking my patterns and I'm just making them a little bigger where I need to and a lot bigger on the edges where I have to take and do so much wrapping, if that makes any sense. There we go. Good. Moving our edges up here. And we'll do the same. Oh. There we go. Whoa. Bit too much. Okay, there we go. That lower bumper is good. So I'm gonna bring that down. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and edit all of the nodes on the rear bumper. So basically, I just need to take and extend them all, make everything just a touch bigger. And then I'm just gonna drag down over here because I need to stretch like crazy to get the PPF around. I'm not worrying about those sensors because we've already taken and deleted them. Oops, a little bit too carried away there. And we'll do these ones right here as well too. Okay, now, so that's that one. Yes, it looks a little bit goofy, but that's fine. Now we're gonna edit the node over here on this side. So I'm just gonna highlight everything on the top. Whoa. Go back. Go. You definitely want to be giving yourself lots of material to work with on a wrap like this. Better to have too much material than to have not enough. And if you're doing a job like this, make sure that you are charging accordingly. You do not want to be giving your work away for free. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to move that right there. What I'm going to do right here is take all this excess material off. Instead of throwing it away, I'm just going to roll it up and I'm going to use it for scrap or for any smaller jobs that I might have where I need satin black paint protection film. Okay, bumpers are done. Let's go back to vehicles and let's keep moving our way around the vehicle. We're going to open ourselves up a new cut board. We're gonna scroll down. We're not doing the roof. The roof has already been wrapped in satin black and vinyl. And to be honest with you, I never want to do another one of these roofs ever again. They are horrible, as putting it lightly. Yeah, so right now we're gonna do our A-pillars. So that's gonna be its own separate cut board. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna highlight everything, and I'm gonna hit the shatter button. These lower cab corners, I'm gonna go ahead and delete those because I'm just gonna end up bulking them. Now, how do I edit these ones? Very simple. I'm just gonna hit the wrapped edge button. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna give ourselves 1/2 inch wrap on the inside. We'll hit the wrap button. We're gonna give ourselves an extra 1/2 inch on the outside, which we're gonna go right up over here. That's good. And then from there, we'll go all the way forward. Hit the wrap button. And we're gonna come down over here and we're gonna give ourselves probably about a 1/4 of an inch on the front. Okay, that's good. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and move this over. Again, I didn't do anything with the bottom because the bottom is gonna be, we're just gonna stretch it into place. We'll have enough material to do so, but we're gonna add our 1/2 inch all the way around over here. Have to change it over to 1/2 inch first. We're gonna do 1/2 inch from here up until there. There we go. And then I need to do a 1/4 inch do the 1/4 inch right over here. Good. Now, how am I going to do this layout? I'm just going to highlight it. And I'm just going to rotate this. And we're just going to drag it into place. Rotate this one a little bit. And we're just going to leave that right there. And again, what I'm going to do with all this material right here, I'm just going to cut this out and we're just going to leave this in our shop for scrap film, because with satin black paint protection film, we will have a bunch of different places that we can use it for little odd jobs and that type of stuff. So this may be considered waste at this exact moment, but by the time this is done, all that material, it will not be wasted. So we're going to come back to vehicles and we're going to move on to doing the doors now. So we got to open up a new cut board. And so I'm going to do the doors in 2 sections, or two separate cut boards. So we're going to do the front doors in one. We're going to go to cut board, and then we're going to do the rear doors. Now, same thing that I always need to do is just going to highlight everything and hit the shatter button. I'm deleting the door handles because I can do a better job bulking them, I believe. And this strip right here that I'm deleting, it's actually a texturized rubber, so there's no point in me even trying to wrap that because no paint protection film or vinyl would even stick to that. Now, as far as what we're gonna wrap on the truck, so we're gonna delete the door handles because we're gonna remove those from the vehicle. So I'm just gonna come over here, hit edit node. I'm just gonna highlight the door handle and delete it. Now as far as how much material I want to wrap, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go all the way up till here to the top, and I'm going to give myself 1/2 inch to wrap. And then from this corner over here down to the bottom, I'm going to give myself 1/2 inch as well too. And then up along the very top, I'm just going to come around till about here, and I'm going to give myself about 1/4 inch on the top, because that's all that's necessary. And then this front edge, basically from where the 1/2 inch started all the way down to the bottom, we don't really have a whole lot of room to work our wrap there, so we're just going to do 1/8 of an inch, and that's going to be good. We won't have to do anything on the very bottom. In fact, the bottom has a texturized paint on these Fords, so PPF doesn't like to stick to that stuff too terribly well from what I found, so I'm not overly concerned about wrapping it fully on the bottom, because just the way the doors are cut or cornered at the bottom there, and with the fact that we got running boards there, no one's ever going to really see that paint. So now we're going to come over to this door, we're going to select it, and we're going to delete our door handle. And then we're going to come over here to wrapped edges, and we're going to do the exact same thing that we did before. I'm going to add 1/2 inch almost all the way around. Top, we're going to add our 1/4 inch. If you guys are still watching, still paying attention, you're crazy, and I do appreciate you. And Lloyd, I know you are watching this, because you are crazy. You watch almost everything we post, so thank you. Now we're going to come back to the top over here, and we're going to add our 1/2 inch, and we're going to hit wrap. So this right here, when it comes time to actually plot this is going to be pretty tight to plot. As you can see with Core, you got these dotted lines that go all the way around the perimeter. So those lines are your bleed lines. Basically, you can see the width used is a 60-inch roll. So we're using just about 59 inches of width. Core likes to leave a nice gap all the way around, so we're not cutting right close to the edge, but we are still under 59 inches, so we will be fine to do this. I'll just plot them like this, and we're just going to separate them right down the middle. Now let's go back to vehicles, and let's do the back doors. And we're going to go new cut board. We're going to load up these back doors. Now these back doors, we are going to have to do them very differently. So we're going to hit shatter. We're going to delete these door handles. And delete that trim. And we are going to take these doors and we're going to rotate them because we will not be able to edit them if they're bleeding over. Okay, the exact same way we did the front doors, 1/2 inch over here. I'm gonna do a 1/2 inch from there till there. We are gonna pop these seals off, or these trims off over here and wrap in, so it's gonna look really, really nice. It's gonna be really clean as well too. We're gonna come down here, we're gonna go 1/2 inch all the way up till there. And then this very top top edge, we're gonna give ourselves a 1/4 inch and go right there. And then what we need to do is we need to delete the door handle. So we're just going to highlight that and delete it. And that is good. Now we're going to come over here. And we're going to start off by deleting the door handle. So that's over and done with. Delete, that's good. Now we can add our wrapped edge. So we're going to start on the inside right here, down till there. It's going to be 1/2 inch. Half inch there. We're going to do a 1/4 inch right over here. That is our rear doors, so that is good. Whoa. We gotta go back to our cut board. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it and pull them down over here, just like so. And just like our front doors, I'm going to get them nice and close together, so that when I plot them out, I can take and separate them. And same thing, all this material right here, we're just going to separate that, and we're just going to use that for scrap material or for other small projects that we may have. Now we're going to come back to vehicles. We're getting close to being done. Like I said, if you're still with me on this, I really do appreciate you and your willingness to spend your time learning with me. And we're going to do the box sides next. Now we have the 5.5 foot box, so it's going to be a wrap pattern, and we added that to the cut board. There we go. Just taking a little bit of time to wake itself up. I'm going to separate this now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the shatter button. I'm going to delete these different fuel caps, because you got one here with a relief cut, and then you have one here with none. I'm going to do these bulk anyways. I don't really want to do them with a pattern. For this one over here on driver's side, no, sorry, this would be the passenger side. Really, the only place that I'm going to add material is going to be inside the taillight area over here, because we are removing the taillights, and we're going to give ourselves 1/2 inch there. And then I'm going to come right over here and come all the way down till about here, and we're going to give ourselves a 1/2 inch there as well too. And then on this leading front edge right over here, we're going to come right down till there, and we're going to give ourselves a 1/2 inch wrap. There we go. And then what I'm going to do on the wheel well itself, we're going to give it a 1 inch wrap, because we want to wrap absolutely everything in the wheel well, because that gets hammered and destroyed the most with stone chips. The reason I'm not doing anything over here is we do have a black plastic trim piece that goes over here that is going to cover all this. And actually, you know what, let's go one step further, and we're going to go a 1/4 inch. I'm going to add maybe about a 1/4 inch right here, and we'll hit wrap. But this bottom edge right over here butts up against the black trim, and I don't want to do anything with that, so we're just going to leave that. And then up along the top as well too, this is already designed to wrap around that edge properly. So if anything, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start my installation with this up a little bit higher, and then because of all this excess material over here, I'll be able to get everything else to lay into place properly. As you'll see in the installation video, what I'm all talking about there. Yeah, and we're just gonna repeat this on the driver's side as well. So that's gonna be right over here. So we're gonna give ourselves that 1/4 inch wrapped edge right here. There we go, that's good. We'll do 1/4 inch here. And then from here till here, we're gonna do full 1 inch. That's good. And then we're gonna come over here. I'm gonna go 1/2 inch here, that's right. We're not doing a full 1 inch, because that's excessive. And then what I need to do is I need to delete the fuel door. Actually, no, we're not going to delete the fuel door. We're actually going to make the fuel door smaller so we can wrap inside nicely. So we're just going to make that a little bit smaller. There we go. That right there is good. So I'm not sure why it's not showing up green on this one, but not green on this one. I don't know why, but everything is still edited. Yeah, and same thing over here, all this material up here, we're just gonna be using that for scrap. So I guess now the only thing I have left to do is just move this around so we can plot this nicely. Now, yeah, we're gonna separate this, and that is basically gonna be it as far as patterns go when it comes to the tailgate. Down here at the bottom, tailgate, we're gonna take it off the truck and we're gonna do a bulk PPF install on it, just because we can do so much of a better installation on it. And these pieces right here, I'm actually gonna get these done in a vinyl paint not vinyl paint protection film, but it's gonna be done in a satin black vinyl, just because of how many relief cuts and whatnot there are. Paint protection film, with it being as thick as it is, it just can't take to these sharp corners enough. And since we are going color change, I don't want any blue showing over here, so we're gonna have to settle with vinyl over here as well too. And the same with our door handles. The door handles are gonna be done in satin black vinyl as well too. So yeah, that is gonna sum up this video on how I would take and get all my patterns set up for doing this. Yeah, right now we're ready to cut, so we'll include some cutting footage and weeding footage as well too, of cutting and weeding the satin black PPF. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching this video. If you guys did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more paint protection film content. We got a lot of good content coming your way here in the next little while. Thank you.